Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Yeah, this is me. Welcome back. Before I go on, I quickly want to say a very big thank you to each and every one of you who reached out to me on my last post. You know, the prayers, the encouraging messages. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. God bless you. God bless you. And I also said that if you have any questions about thyroid or you want to know more, you can put it in the comment section. And this particular lady put a question, wants me to talk more about it, especially what test can be done to detect this. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, you are welcome to the happy family. If you have been watching but you're still contemplating whether you should subscribe or not, what are you waiting for? Please click the subscribe button down below and turn on the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever I upload a video. I'm going to try and make this video as short and quick as possible. I don't want to drag it, but I will try and touch on few things that is very important for you to know, and I will just hint towards the end what has been going on after I had my surgery. So this particular lady messaged me, and this is what this person said, and I was the one that said if you have a question you can put it there. She prayed for me that God is your strength, says please explain to us more about the things you have, e.g. the symptoms and test you did. So if I want to explain about it, what I started feeling, the symptoms are many, but you don't necessarily have to, you know, feel all of the symptoms, but it's something that is very hard to really detect in a lot of people because the symptoms are similar to so many things that could be happening in your body. With mine, I was having a fatigue, like a serious one. I'm always very tired, like I said in that previous video. Sometimes I'll be thinking because I'm overworking myself, I'm not resting enough. But even if I had enough rest, like I rested, I sleep for like hours, sometimes 10 hours, I will still wake up and it's going to be like I've been hit by a bus. So I was extremely tired. And I've got a friend that said her own, she was feeling like she's having sore throats every time. That is part of the symptoms as well. When you continuously have sore throat or you are having difficulty to swallow things. And again, sometimes my own palpitation, I always have heart palpitation. And what all of these things can do for you is that when your heart is palpitating too much, you know, your pulse rate when you are resting is very, very fast. Even though you are resting, but your pulse rate is still very fast, which means something is wrong with you, because when you are resting, your pulse rate is supposed to go down, but mine is always like, it's always beating so fast. And I've been going to surgery to complain about this thing, but unfortunately the GP that was there at the time, they never really catch this thing. They are always giving me, you know, something to help me. At some point they said is maybe lack of iron. At some point they said, oh, my blood is low in iron, I don't have enough vitamin D. Is part of the symptoms when you are feeling fatigue and all of that. Body feels like it's like 80 years old body. I'm so extremely tired most of the time. That is my major concern for me. And the heart palpitation, the heart will be palpitating to the extent that sometimes I'm going to feel dizzy, but a lot of people doesn't even experience that. Like this, my friend, the only thing she ever experienced is sore throat. And some doctors, I'm not going to say that they are not good, but some they catch this thing on time. In my own case, they brought this GP to our surgery practice, and when this GP came, I I complained about this thing. The first time she gave me some medication, then I complained again that my heart is still palpitating, my heart is beating fast. Then she tested me, you know, she tried everything, and she said, okay, do I have any history of thyroid in the family? And I said yes. So guys, it is hereditary, it is genetic. It's possible if your parents, some people are saying that is not established. It is. My mom had thyroid surgery 3 years ago, I believe, and our own mom too had a thyroid surgery. My only prayer is that my daughter doesn't get to experience, none of them get to experience this thing. Is not a really good feelings. And what I will explain to you about thyroid is that as much as your eyes is important, your thyroid function is important to the welfare of your body as well. If your thyroid function is overproducing or less producing, is a problem. In my own case, it is overproducing. Blood test, that is what you have to do. Let me say, I want to make sure I'm answering a question. To detect that your thyroid is malfunctioning, sorry, I have to keep malfunctioning, they have to carry out a blood test, and in that blood test, the blood test will now reveal whether it is high or it is low. It has to be at a certain point. But the first time they did a test on me, it says that my thyroid is like borderline, which is a bit high, but it's just borderline. It's nothing extreme. So the GP gave me some medication to take, and she said I should come back in 1 month. After 1 month, I went back, and she asked me to do a blood test again. When she checked, it's as if the borderline thing is still borderline, but she has to refer me to endocrinology department. Those are the department that deals with thyroid function, hair, nose, throat, in my area in the hospital. So she referred me there. I met this consultant, and ever since then it's just been one blood test to the other. You know, they need to keep tab on it. They put me on medication thinking that this medication is going to correct it, but unfortunately the medication did not correct it. I'm supposed to have this surgery since 2017, I believe, or 2018, but because I refused to have it in my hospital, the hospital close to me, because of one reason or the other, I'm not comfortable with the surgeon. But the consultant refused to, you know, refer me to the place where I want to have the surgery. So it took like years. She tried so many things to convince me to do iodine treatment and this radioactive whatever treatment. If you have this treatment, you won't be able to stay with your kids or family for 2 weeks, I believe. You have to stay away from people. Even at the hospital, when they give you this thing, it's more or less like they have to wear hazmat suit or something like that to stay away from you. You will be in isolation. So then I have like a 1 year old or so. My daughter was like 2 years old, I believe, or so. Then I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I can't be away. Even if I try to be away from her, she's going to find me and she's going to come to the room I'm hiding at. So I did not want to do that, and she knows that I don't want to do the surgery there, so she delayed me. That is really bad, because by delaying me, the nodules started growing bigger from like a centimeter that they told me it was, you know, it wasn't benign. It was like a centimeter. Then by the time I had the surgery 2 weeks ago, it was 4 centimeters or more by that time. So if you are having maybe difficulty breathing, or you walk a little distance, your heart is palpitating, you're feeling like, I'm tired, what is going on? You need to go to your doctor and check. And if you have the history of maybe someone have a thyroid, maybe your mom or your sister or anybody in the family, grandmother, then if you are feeling like that, tell them to carry out the thyroidine test. I think it's called T3 or something. There is this particular test. Just tell them about the thyroid situation and they will carry out a test. And Akpekeade Folashade is through a test, blood test, that you will know. And when they know that is malfunctioning, they know that there is possibility that is swollen, so they will ask you to go and do a CT scan and is the MRI of the neck. They will check the neck to see if the thing is benign, if it's not, and they will leave it. You know, you can live with it years without anything, but if it's cancerous, there is possibility that it's going to spread through the lungs, through like through everywhere. Anyway, guys, is like me now, is a waiting game for me. I'm waiting to see my doctor tomorrow. Is it tomorrow or Thursday? Yeah, I'm waiting to see my doctor on Thursday. But the way they are talking to me is as if something happened. So hopefully it's not something bad, because it was after it was removed, and when they test it, they want to see if it's cancerous, if it's not cancerous. So if it is cancerous, they will have to do another surgery to take out the rest, and I might have to go through some iodine treatment, radioactive treatment. You know, all of this treatment, I've been reading into it, because when I first had the test and all of that, it says that the swollen one doesn't have cancer. But when they take it out, they didn't tell me anything, obviously. But I have a post-op check on Thursday, so I'm going to go and do the post-op check. I called them at some point because it was swollen, but it went down. So obviously I think that is like the process, that is what happened. So is if in any case, which I don't pray, they might have to do another surgery. But I don't know, because when they called me, they said that I'm going to see the doctor, and at the same time they're going to book me for scan. So I'm thinking what is going on. But either way, guys, I hope I answer your question. I'll try and update you about anything that comes up in the future. But if you are having fatigue, you are feeling too tired every time, it's not every time you have to feel extremely tired. You need to check that. It could be your iron, it could be lack of vitamin D, it could be anything, and it could be thyroid. But blood tests need to be carried out to check for that. And if you are having sore throat, difficulty swallowing, then it is something to look out for as well. And what again? Because see, thyroid, you can live with it for years. It can go undetected. My mom's one, she lived with it for years without us even detecting that she's going through it. But I know that she doesn't sleep very well. She's always complaining, I can't sleep. And I started feeling the same. I wouldn't sleep. Sometimes I would wake up from night till morning. I don't sleep. So in case you are lacking sleep, sleeplessness is part of it. So you need to just get a blood test done so that you can know, because this thing, it grows to become cancer as well. There's a lot of people that have thyroid cancer, even though it's something that is not like, oh, it's a terrible this, is that, but it's still cancer. Cancer is cancer. May God not let us have cancer. So that is what I have to say. I hope I answer your question, Akpekeade, and thank you so much everyone for watching. This video might not be for you, but it could be for someone that you know. It could save someone. So please share it, and don't forget, hit the subscribe button on your way out, share it, and if you haven't, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.